Hello everybody, I would like to give you a short presentation of Terrae, showing mainly the connection between the game and Scale blockchain. Okay, on this screen we are going to see the game, and on this another I am going to show you some blockchain features. Let me show you the Scale Explorer. I'm going to paste our endpoint, and you can see how fast blocks are produced in the Scale chain. We will need this speed on our game to achieve scalability. So let's create a new account. For now, let's just skip the confirmation process and let's log in into the game. In this screen, we can select our profile features like civilization, our main character, and our first village position in the Terrae world. Let's just choose a random position in coordinates X and Y and check for availability. Um, on this screen, we are going to see some transactions mined. Um, that transactions were calls to the resources smart contracts to mine the initial set of crypto assets that corresponds to each new account. Okay, so let's build the character. At this point, a new character non-fungible token is being minted, and also a new Terra non-fungible token that will represent our land. This is the initial view of the game. Please don't be scared. This is just a mockup to show functionalities and how the underlying process is connecting everything with blockchain. Each hexagon is a different land in Terrae world, with its own properties and is represented by a different token. Lands are scarce resources. There are just a finite amount of lands in the right world. In each land, there are mineable resources represented here. When you mine a resource, that resource are also represented by tokens. You can also construct buildings in each land. That buildings are properties of the land NFT and will give it value. Some buildings allows you to mine resources and others to train troops. Those troops will be also crypto assets. Here we can see the initial natural resources, for example food, wood, gold, iron, and others. Okay, let me pause the game for a second. And now I'm going to put here the debug window, and I'm going to copy, just for showing purposes only, the private key of the created account by the client software. And okay, uh, of course the private key is created on the client side and will never be seen by the game server. Okay, I'm going to import my wallet on MetaMask. And now I'm going to open my wallet on my other wallet, where I have preloaded all the right token addresses. On In this list, we will see all the tokens preloaded. Here are the resources tokens, and this list corresponds to this list of tokens. Um, at the bottom of this list, there is the character token, which is an NFT, and the land token that represents our land, which is also an NFT. As you see, we are focusing on improve user experience. The process of signing up is as simple as possible. In all the entire process, the end user doesn't need to know anything about blockchain and crypto assets and how to create wallets, because all the blockchain flows are executed by the underlying process. So let's play the game again, and now let's create some barracks here. Now we can train some units. Let's train a swordsman, for example. If we refresh our resource list on my Ether wallet, we need to see the updated tokens. Yes, now we are seeing a swordsman from the Valerian civilization. We have one token that represents our army. Okay. Now let's conquer a new land. So for example, we are going to make a move to the continuous land. I'm going to select my army and I'm going to conquer. It's taking a while because the transaction is being mined in the blockchain, but just a second. And now we have the ownership of this another land, which is also represented by a token. You have to consider which movements to do because you are spending your elixir. Let's refresh our token list here. Sorry, do it again. And that's it. Now we have two lands tokens. Position on our village. Now, let's create a farm. Our land is able to produce 7 units of food per minute. So we need to wait 1 more minute to collect it. I'm just going to pause the video. Okay, our minute has passed, so now we are able to collect the food. When this button is enabled, it means that we are able to call to the food smart contract to mine some units in our benefit. And once done, the counter restarts. Let's refresh our token list on MetaMask. And now food is consistent with our token balance. As you see, different lands have different production rates. So in game, you will probably be situated on a zone which benefits food production, but is not friend with gold or iron production, perhaps. Or maybe you just want to focus on game war and not in economy. So in future, there will be a marketplace where players will be able to exchange their armies, their resources, and their lands. Each player could focus its gameplay on different aspects of the game. Terrae will be divided into regions, and each region will have its own governors, which will charge small fees on the exchange. So the best players of the game will be able to monetize their leadership. Okay, that's all for now. I hope you have enjoyed it. Next rounds, I will be showing you some aspects like how to attack and steal resources from other players, wars, trading, and politics.